CEO of Manchester. Here I am today, all a bit lonesome because our show has got a little snivel. Well, I'm not really on my own though, because we've got another full show for you, bursting at the brim. We decided to name the show the one with love and pride because we've hardly any time to go. It's been my favourite party time of the year, apart from of course my 3 birthdays. Yes, Manchester Pride is almost amongst us, half the rather appropriate new titles. But on this show today, we have got the CEO of Manchester Pride, Mark Fletcher, and also we investigate a wonderful new musical looking into acceptance at the Hope Mill Theatre. It's called Closets. We've also got the simply beautiful voice of Hayley Rhea Christensen, and of course our Hayley goes so mad and Titters pokes us. But first, this week I saw a musical, nothing new there I hear you say, but I get swept off my feet by Jonny Fines, currently appearing in Officer and a Gentleman at the Opera House. What a show, if you like the driving beats of the 80s and a proper love story, and of course men wearing uniform, then this is definitely the one for you. Jonny plays the character which most of us know as the Richard Gere guy, and well, enough chat, check out what he had to say. So here we are with Mr. Jonny Fines, everybody. Are you up where you belong?
Behind the bar, it's not bad, is it?
It's alright, we can help ourselves
We can
here
have
and
a
probably
drink.
have a good time, but you must have been like knackered. It's
I'm
not like
alright.
an easy show, is it?
It's not, it's full on. There's a lot of pressed up, sit up, singing, acting, all that kind of stuff. No.
So you're the first person to play this part, are you?
I am in the UK, yes.
Wow, how does that feel?
You know, stepping into Richard Gere's shoes, so
Yes.
a bit of daunting task, but yeah, it's nice. There's a familiarity with the role, so people know what they're coming to get, and you know, it's all there for you. But,
Richard Gere wishes he had your body, doesn't he?
he wasn't bad, was he?
He's not you though, let's put it that way. Do you have to do a lot of working out to keep and maintain the body?
I mean, I do, yeah. I
Yeah?
mean, the show's a workout in itself, but I do like to keep fit and go to the gym most days before the show.
Yeah.
And it gets me ready for it as well.
Yeah, and you've got a lovely little love story going on, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
It's
yeah.
dead sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a lovely love story. It's about finding yourself though, isn't it, for your character?
I think he goes through a massive change. Like he comes with an attitude that isn't right for anybody who wants to succeed in the military and you know, get a jets, etc. And he has to overcome everything and kind of become a new person in order to succeed.
Do you like the uniform?
And do you know what? I love the show because I get the best of both worlds. I'm either in a tracksuit or a suit.
Or
So
nothing.
Or the pants. So it kind of ticks all the boxes. You know, I can get comfy in my joggers, or I can be in a night. I've got those two. I've got a white suit and a blue suit, and
Yes.
fitted within an inch of the knife.
And what's downtime for you?
Well, I've got a 4.5-month-old little girl, so
Ah.
I don't get any downtime. So I like to go home and spend time with the family.
And are they on tour with you?
They tour half the time with me and
Right.
half the time not. Like I don't like taking them out of their routine too much.
Where are you from originally then?
I'm originally from Loughborough.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice place, isn't it? Never heard of it.
It's near Leicester, East
Near
Midlands.
Leicester,
Near
East
Leicester.
Midlands.
East
Lovely,
Midlands.
nice cheese in Leicester. You like the cheers when you come on?
Do you know, like it makes the shows, for us, we do it 8 times a week, and I think when you've got a good audience who are really going for it, it really does go, oh, it'll be a good one tonight.
I
and
almost
laugh.
gave the ending away then, but then I forgot that it's already been a film and a million people have seen it, haven't they?
People are away, I think,
I
sometimes.
it's the first time I've ever buttoned my lips and watched the ending of a show, everybody. It was fun. Everybody got up as soon as you came on.
They do, yeah. It's just, I think...
What's the power of that then? Why?
I think it's because they've watched the journey that I and the rest of the characters have been on, and they're just, by that point, I think, because there's darkness in it as well, you know, it doesn't just have the happy time. You've been through a bit of dramatics with other characters. You're just desperate for them to be happy, and I think when they invest in you as a character and as an actress and an actor, and I think by the time they get there, you're like, oh, I just want them to be happy now, and you know, and that they get that at the end, and I think it's relief. We get a lot of, and we do think it's a journey. Like we see people, I can only see about the first 4 rows,
Right.
And then when I do, I look out and I see men, ladies, you know,
People in between.
people in between, exactly, with tears rolling down their face.
It is non-stop though.
It is, and you see them, and they're really like invested and go for it.
Because it's kind of been billed as a jukebox musical for the 80s, but when you actually see it, it's got a lot more heart to it than what people would expect.
And I think that's half the charm with getting people in, you know, because I think people go, oh, we'll have a great night out,
Yeah.
and we're going, it's got, you know, Bon Jovi, Alone, it's got all these big, like, jukebox musical numbers, and you go, that'll be a right laugh, won't it? And then they get there, and they realise that they get taken on a story they weren't ready for, and I think, you know, and I think that helps, that people come and they go, oh, I'm just here for a good night out, and then they forget that the story does go dark at times, and you know, it is a journey. Because I think it's a story about anybody who starts on the wrong side of the tracks, and you know, some of them are lucky enough to get out, some of them aren't, and I think it could be anywhere really.
and welcome to Soap Corner. So let's start off over those Dales. And on Friday, will Beth make Amelia see sense, or will Dan lose his daughter again? Matty feels uncomfortable when Abby suggests going back to his. And Rona is excited about her future. Next week, Matty is scared to tell Abby he is trans. When Victoria finds Abby crying, she assumes she knows about Matty and tells her off for not understanding. But then she's mortified to find out that Abby didn't know at all. Will Matty forgive her? Now let's go across to those cobbles, and next week Sean will stop sleeping rough. Billy will step in when Sean's friend Carol gets attacked. On Friday, Lewis reappears, determined to win Audrey back. Lewis is now in prison as he's handed himself in to try and make amends. He also sends Gail £40,000 in a bid to make up for the money he stole from her, which, by the way, was 5 years ago. Can you believe that? 5 years ago. Now, next week, Audrey will secretly go and see him in prison. Also on Friday, Carla will accept Peter's offer over the factory, and next week, Sally will be wrong-footed when a mobile phone is actually hidden in the gutter of her house. Now, has she done the right thing, letting the police have it, or will this see her in jail? Right, that's it from me. I shall catch you next week from a very special location indeed. Bye!
If you wanna be my
As
lover.
I said, Pride is just around the corner. Well, literally. And one man has gone from being a spectator at this event to becoming CEO, which roughly translated stands for cuddling everyone. That's what I hope anyway. He's here to talk about what this year's Pride has in store. Everyone welcome Mr. Mark Fletcher. How are you?
Well, should we save the cuddles until afterwards?
Well, we'll have to, because I'm dripping. I'm absolutely dripping like boom. Now listen, Pride is here again.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's coming around fast.
It comes round faster and faster every year, but we're dead excited. We've got lots to look forward to this year. A couple of surprises, but obviously.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You're not going to tell us though, are you? I love it. That gets me even more excited. Do you have a favourite part of Pride that you particularly look forward to?
I do, yeah. It's a question that gets asked a lot. For me, one of the most humbling parts is the parade, because you see, literally tens upon tens of thousands of non-LGBT plus people coming out to support us, and to champion LGBT life and diversity, and to see the streets lined with families and little kiddies, as well as the LGBT plus people coming out as well. It's quite moving, man. I really like that.
So you started off watching, I guess, Pride.
Yeah.
What made you actually get involved in running it?
It was kind of by default. So I've been involved with Manchester Pride for years. Manchester Pride was one of my clients.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I used to consult for sponsorship on the festival. I was brought in by many years ago by a former festival director, Claire Turner.
Right.
Back in 2004, I think it was. And then when my predecessor stepped down, I saw the situation that the charity was left in at that time, and the disengagement with people, and I was really disillusioned with some of the work that had been done and the relationships that had not really been maintained. So I thought, I'll throw my hat in the ring here and see.
Do you find it bizarre that it started off as a book sale, and now it's like this massive thing that people from all around the world come and watch?
I find a real sense of pride in it being like that, if I'm honest. Obviously everything has its origin, and it started off the way it had to start off then. As to where we've got now, it just shows how far we've come in the fight for equality. Still a long way to go though.
It's great though, isn't it? It really is good. And do you have a particular fond memory of when you were attending one of the Prides?
Ooh, wow. I've got so many memories.
We can mention.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, I was, there's so many memories, but for the majority of the time that I was attending, I was working on it. So beforehand, I think that, I can remember maybe 2 festivals I'd been to before I was involved with them. One of the most exciting for me was when Khalees came to town. That was kind of groundbreaking for us. But as an experience, it was always just for me, a great event to be part of. I mean, I wasn't, at the time when I first came along to the festival, I wasn't out, I didn't identify, as LGBT then. So I was just coming with straight friends and experiencing the festival for the first time. And I just thought it was pretty awesome. I had no idea what was to come for me and my sexuality, let alone me and my job in a few years' time.
So what makes a good party for you then?
Me, you, and a bottle of Chardonnay.
There you go. As long as it's the bottle of Chardonnay.
A good party for me. Well, it's always my birthday over August bank holiday weekend.
Oh, you lucky
So
thing.
tens of thousands of people coming along, a few little dances, and that's a good party.
You're never short of people taking part in your own parties, are
I'm not. But for me, you know what? I'm not much of a party animal, I've got to confess.
Really?
So my ideal kind of party is just to a small group of friends, a couple of nice bottles of wine, chilling at my house.
Lovely. Now we've got some big acts this year, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Who've we got on?
We've got Jake Shears, we've got Sigala, we've got Rita Ora, Pete Tong, Danny Howard. Where do I stop really with this one?
There's that many. Do you get to see all the acts?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't.
No.
There's so many different appointments and meetings that I have, and interview requests that I have across the weekend. So I'm full on working. So I oversee, whilst I'm not hands-on in terms of event management, we have an event management team. I have to make decisions. I have to make sure that strategy is being implemented, and I have to go out there and make sure that everybody's having a great time as well. So I'm around and about for most of the weekend. I do get a chance to sit down and have a couple of shows.
So you're almost like the shepherd of the event then, really.
That's exactly, that's one way to put it.
We'll have that. We'll write that down. Shepherd of the event. There we go. So it's going from strength to strength. It's getting better and bigger and better. What's next?
Well, we shall see what's next. This year is a pretty special year for us because we're no longer able to deliver the event in the footprint that we have in this year. So 2018 will be the last time for us to party and celebrate in our car parks the way that we know them now.
But not last time to celebrate.
Never the last time to celebrate.
That's what's important, boys and girls.
It is, but what is most important actually is to, just to be clear on that one, we're not moving away from the gay village.
Right.
It just means that those two spaces will be lost. So next year we'll have to deliver something different. We're going to ask our audience, ask LGBT people in Manchester, what do you want from the festival? Then we'll come up with some new. We'll come up with some new solutions.
We all like new clothes, don't we? Wow,
we do.
We like a bit of new cement, please. And thank you. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming in today. It really is lovely to speak to you, and thanks for coming on to our show.
Yeah, it's been my pleasure.
For the first time, I hope of many times.
And I'm hoping not the last.
Well, that's it for part 1. So much to come on Tuesday. And don't forget, next Thursday, we come to you from the Spice Girls exhibition. Yes, we are going Spice Mad in the 90s sense, not in the modern sense, because that just wouldn't be good. Anyway, we'll see you then. Ta-ra!